What up, guys? Todd Liles here with Service Excellence Training, and I want to talk to you about vaping and smoking. And the reason why I want to talk to you about vaping and about smoking is because I wrote a post on it. And I put the post up late last night. Right now it's 11:06, so I guess I put it up about, I don't know, 12 hours ago. I put it up basically before I went to bed. And it's already got 90 shares, and I suspect it's going to keep growing, which is great because I want people to read them. Obviously, I want you to read it or I wouldn't have posted it. But at the same time, I think there's some confusion as to what my intentions were on posting this article about vaping or smoking. So, I just thought, hey, man, I'll just go on here and I'll just talk to you. We'll have a conversation about what I'm trying to get across. Because I suspect that some folks probably didn't read the article. They saw the headline and pulled them in. Again, I write headlines to pull people in, but they don't always, read them. So here's like the first statement I want to make. And by the way, if you're coming on, let me know you're coming on. Give me a thumbs up. Say, hey, what's up? So the first statement that I want to make, and I think a lot of people who have ever smoked know this, it's hard to quit. I mean, nicotine is more difficult to quit than a non-smoker realizes, right? And I think a lot of non-smokers don't have empathy for the smoker. So all they know is that they smoke, and everyone knows how bad smoking is for you. So therefore, they must, just be an idiot for smoking. And smoking is terribly bad for you. I mean, it is literally like the worst thing that you could possibly do for your health. And we'll go over some of the stats. But I put that in the blog post, although I'm not sure that folks read it. So the thing is that the reason why I wrote this article, why techs should start vaping and quit smoking, and if you read the whole article, eventually quit vaping as well, is because, smoking and the carcinogens and the smoke that's in cigarettes themselves is so bad for you. Now, I know you might be going, well, isn't it as bad for you in vaping as well? Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But it seems to be right now, they need to do more research, that's for sure. But what they do know is there's a lot of the stuff that are in cigarettes, they're flat out not in the vaping fluids. Now, there's some pros and cons. I get it. But the essence of why I wrote this is that my hope, and this is it, this is what it all boils down to. So if you can get behind this, let me know. My hope is that a smoker will read this article. The 8 reasons why you should start vaping and quit smoking. They'll read this article and they'll start going through the points. And the first one that they're going to hit on is heart disease. They're going to read about inflammation. They're going to read about plaque buildup and how smoking irritates the arteries and why that causes inflammation. They're going to read the fact that the vast majority of people that have heart disease have correlating smoke issues. They're going to read that and they're going to go, okay, yeah, I'm glad I'm not, smoking. I'm glad I'm vaping. Or they're going to go, man, you know what? Maybe if I could go to vaping, at least this is going to help me. And then they're going to get to point number 2, which is lung cancer. And by the way, this is nuts, but it's a fact. 9 out of 10 people that smoke and don't quit smoking are going to end up with lung cancer. I've read that multiple times on multiple different cancer sites. That statistic is almost like mind-boggling. Like there's something that's legal that we know will equate to 90% of the people that use it getting lung cancer and pulmonary diseases. And I'm just like, what? That's crazy. So I'm hoping that they'll go to that. I'm hoping they'll read about the effects of smoking on their kids, their sex life, the smell as a technician. I'm hoping that all of these things will take place. And then they'll go, you know what, smoking's terrible. Then I'm going to transition over to at least vaping. And then when they get to the idea of vaping, they will begin to realize that vaping has the ability to at least start metering off some of the addictions. It's still probably not great for you. And there's probably a lot of evidence that will come down the pipeline that talks about how bad it is for you. But at least it is at what appears to be a safer alternative. And the most important part that I would stress is that a lot of friends of mine that have smoked went to vaping for the sheer purpose of attempting to quit it all. And what happened was they were able to meter it down, and eventually they were able to quit. through that act where all the other stuff that they tried before, they couldn't. So what I'm proposing is that ultimately it is an alternative to the possibility of quitting, which is ultimately what would be better for you. It'd be better for your family. It'd be better for everyone around you. That was the whole purpose of me writing this article about smoking and about vaping, would be to highlight the damaging effects of smoking. Yeah, I did show, and I mean, you can't argue that vaping is less money out of pocket, so there is a benefit. It's not great for you, for sure. I'm sure that that's not the case. I don't think anyone's ever going to come out and go, hey, look at all the health benefits of vaping. No, they're probably going to find more and more problems. But I still fundamentally believe, and the research that we have strongly suggests that it's far better than smoking 10, 20, 30, 40 cigarettes a day. That's why I did it, guys. That's why I did it. Because I want to communicate a message that there is an alternative. And ultimately, I would hope that you'd be able to break those addictions. But I'm sensitive to the fact that, I mean, nicotine is addictive. And I think that if you just sit back and you've never been addicted to it, I've never been addicted to it. My mom's been addicted to it. I watched her try to quit. My dad was addicted to it. Watched him try to quit. It's hard. It's hard. And I think that we need to have a certain amount of empathy, understanding for those that smoke, and not just, start slapping labels on them, calling them stupid, calling them ignorant, saying that they don't care about their health. Because you know what? If you tell someone that long enough and they know that smoking's bad for them and they continue to do it anyway, eventually, you guys have all seen it, smokers adopt this attitude of, screw you, I would rather get cancer and die than listen to you fuss at me all the time. And as sad as that is, it's true. A lot of them would rather just not listen to you gripe at them. So what I wanted to do, guys, and if you're a smoker, I think you'll get this. If you're a vapor, I think you'll get this. I wanted to present an alternative to you and highlight the pros and the cons and encourage you to lead your way to eventually quitting. That's it. I wanted to give you an alternative. I wanted to encourage you, and I didn't want to condemn you because it's freaking hard, man. But I also want to address the realities. So that's why I wrote it. If you want to ultimately know, do I think that you should vape? No. Do I think that you should smoke? No. But do I have empathy for you as you go through this change? Of course I do. I'm human, man. I got empathy for you, brothers and sisters, fellow technicians, fellow human beings. And there you go. So if I offend some folks in my attempt to help, hey, you know what? I guess it's just what I do. A lot of people don't read it. They just skip to the headlines and decide they like it, decide they hate it. I get that. That's okay too. I'm just trying to help you out. That's it. I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to help you turn learning into earning in many, many, many ways. All right. So if you can get behind that, you understand where I'm coming from, let me know. And if you can't, I dig it. And if you haven't read the article I'm talking about and you want to, I'll post it in the comments. This is Todd Liles with Service Excellence Training, helping you turn learning into earning.